retracement. So there could be a possibility there could be some potential buys today, right? Now, that doesn't mean we're taking a buy and we're holding until like 2000. Don't get, like some people just hear me saying the word buy and then they think automatically I'm trying to hold a swing trade to like 2075. Like, bro, I'm looking to catch a move from 2026 to 2027.50, literally 15 pips, right? It won't affect your swing. But yes, that's kind of what we're looking at now with the monthly, right? We are coming down. We did come down. We tapped into these ranges here, to the left in these levels here, right? And like you had this resistance here to the left. If you had no top wick, so if you're gonna create a top wick at any given point, it could be, from 1916 here all the way up until 19. What was that? What was the monthly top wick? 1948, right? There could be a possibility you could retrace the move up into 48. Again, you had no bottom wick on the previous month's candle low, meaning that there's not enough range to continue driving down. And on top of that, you had no top wick on the current candle opening this month. So some given point this month, you're going to come up and create a top wick, which could be after you tapped into 1920, right? So that's kind of where we're tapping into right now. But that's just like the monthly outlook. There's no buys or sells today just yet. The weekly does show that you're starting to reject as well. The issue with the weekly is that you have more range to continue down. So there's a high chance you're likely going to break the lows here. And this is why I said about the monthly earlier, right? I said how like you can still break the lows even though you reject. So like, you start to reject the monthly, right? But the weekly shows that you have range until like 1809. So could you come down to rebreak the lows today or this week before making that move up if the weekly were to drive up this week, right? Because you have this range left, like you haven't filled it, right? You kind of came down maybe through the range and then you just stopped there. Are you looking left? When do you ever see prices stop, right? If you see a stop, you'll see it come back down to rebreak the lows. Like you've seen that like over here, I guess like stop price over there, and then next count came down, filled the ranges, and then it made its move up, right? But these are like major levels, I guess, like decision-making levels. Price needs to tap before price chooses any other direction to drive into, or decides to pick a different area to drive into, right? But these are levels that price likely is to tap before doing that. So I would assume that 1804 will get tapped or 1807 will get tapped eventually. Either today, tomorrow, whenever it is, but it's gonna get tapped eventually before making that next move up or that next move back down to rebreak the lows. The weekly is, the daily is pretty bearish today. Again, no bottom wick yesterday, and you kind of came down to fill the range. Now I think you have some leftover range here, sitting at like 1911 or 1811 here, 1810. Which I thought will come down towards last night. I thought we'll come down at least towards the 1807, but I guess not. You came down towards 1814. Again, you have some range left over here towards like 1813. So there's a possibility you can still rebreak the lows today before making that move up. It makes sense too because the 4 can be grabbing liquidity to drive up, right? The 1 hour be grabbing liquidity to drive up, and it's just grabbing liquidity to drive up. If that's the case, we are closing like bullish, starting to close bullish on the 4 hour time frame, which looks like we may start to retrace at some given point shortly. Let's see. Yeah, so we came down, tap 18, 14, started to reject. Now I would assume that if the 4 candle looks the way it is, I would assume that maybe the next 4 hour candle could possibly break the lows before making that move up. If this can happen, then great. 1809, 1814 could be great buys for us to come up to retest the highs. Looking left, you're looking at probably, let's see what this is. Looking left, you're probably looking at this level right here. I think this level is 1831, or no, sorry, 1837. That is like your next resistance basically. So if you're going to trace towards a certain resistance, it's going to be 1838, 1837 today. Now, it doesn't mean that price is going to retrace from here, right? It can still, again, break the lows and then retrace back up towards 1838. But there's a major decision level sitting right around here on price, and there's also a major decision level sitting right here on price as well. These are levels that price must tap in order to make that next push in either direction. So if you were to come down first like this, I would assume that, okay, cool, we'll look to drive up to retest the highs of 38. We'll look for buys around these areas to the left. However, if you come up first, then great. You know, you need more liquidity to drive. Like this might be enough liquidity right here to drive up towards 38. But what happens after 38, right? Was this enough liquidity to drive past 38 towards the next resistance, which is 1955, right? The only way I can possibly see this tap like 55 afterwards is if you were to like kind of break the lows and then make your move up after grabbing liquidity, right? So that'll be like regardless, like it's either you grab the sells, the buys up after breaking the lows in the first scenario, or two, you can grab the sells down for the bottom wick after you tap 38, right, before making that move up. So let's see what so like this is just like the higher time frame, really, like the 4 hour time from the daily, like more of like intraday levels. Like I forgot to record. Like you can play multiple games today, right? So like we can wait for like 38 to get tapped, 1809 get tapped all day long, right? But the thing is that might not get tapped today, or that might not get tapped right away. So we can just adjust our levels to a small time frame and play that game as well today, like we did yesterday. I think yesterday I decided to play a small time frame range, hence why we got a trade kind of early into the day. So let's drop down to like the 5:15:30 and see what we got going on here. But it looks like, yes, the forward candle does close in about 47 minutes here. You are starting to re-break the highs after a small bottom wick here on the 1 hour. So this 1 hour candle just opened up as well about 17 minutes ago, or about 12 minutes ago, sorry. And we're already making our way up. Now the issue again is I think you need a steeper bottom wick. So, and also the 1 hour never closed above the range here. So if you guys take a look here on the 1 hour, right, there's this resistance to the left right around here on price, and then there's like some type of support right here. This is the range you're in. Again, I would assume that if you were to drive up past these levels here, right past let's see what this is, like past 1828, you'll see a steeper bottom wick on the 1 hour especially, or at least you'll see a closure above the range. So preferably if we can get a closure above, great, we'll look for buys up. Or if we can get a steeper bottom wick, great, we'll look for more buys up. But either or would be preferred before taking any buys here, because any given point, since you're still respecting like this resistance here, you can still reject, right? Like you see how this candle here closed with the wick, respecting, same discount, bullish respecting, bearish respecting, doji respecting. This candle first thing does pop up. So some given point, you kind of got to come down to re-break the lows, which makes me think, could we grab some sells to come down to re-break the lows? This range is not bad, right? And if you re-break the lows here on the 1 hour time frame, looking left, you're going to drive down probably towards like 1823, maybe even like 1822. So let's drop to a smaller time frame and see if we can grab any sells in this situation down towards 22 levels here. So I'll say I'll drop down to the 515 here in this case. So yeah, so that was the, let's see, can I use this line still or no? No, I can't. Okay, cool, that's fine. So that's some type of resistance here. I want to see if this 1 hour candle can tap 1930, because if we can tap 1830, not 1930, 1830. If we can tap 1830, then I look for sells off rip from there coming down towards the bottom wick, because again, the 1 hour is still open. At any given point could reject, and I'm assuming that price would reject. You might have had liquidity right here to drive up towards 1830, instead of rejecting off of 1827, 28 here. So maybe looking for 1830 for sells instead, to drive down to flip, which gives you a 50 pip range. And then after the flip, that gives you obviously like an overall 70 pip range. So it's not too bad. But yeah, like there is a resistance right here on price. And I believe if you do form resistance there, you're gonna wake up towards 1830 first. So around these areas should be good for sells today. Anywhere in this box here for sells to come down to flip on price, which will give you a break-even point right around like here, I'll say. So that range going down, it gives you like a nice like 20 to like 30 pip range. It's not too bad. All right, chat. I think that's what I'm looking for today for sells. Again, this is a small tap for range we're playing, right? We can also play the higher tap for range, but you gotta tap 37 first, or you gotta tap 1909 first, 1809 first, and you aren't anywhere close yet. So until we actually come close to those levels, I won't be playing the higher tap for range just yet. But yeah, like this forward candle has like maybe 4 or 5 minutes in it, and it has barely moved, right? This is the first time the forward candle has been moving today. So I believe the next forward candle will be the major push. If anything, we can still play these ranges from like 1830 down to like 1824, 27 here. It's not too bad on price at all. But yeah, I'll say the main analysis behind this is just like the 30-minute time frame really, and the 1 hour. With the 1 hour closing respect and resistance. It's like very similar to yesterday's trade, but I think yesterday's trade just formed on the 1 minute time frame, if I believe. Let's take a look here. I think it was a 1 minute, or my bad, the 5 minute. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure. It was at 9, right? Or 8, 9:15. Yeah, right there. You see how that kind of formed? No bottom wick. Not this time frame. It was yeah, it wasn't a 1 hour. It was a 15, I think. Right? The 15, no bottom wick. Right there. Same shit that's happening right now in price as well. Right? No bottom wick on the 1 hour time from this time though. So we're expecting price to come down to create a bottom wick before making that move up to retest the highs. Because even if you do drive up, again, your next resistance is up here at 37. You're gonna need a bottom wick for that to happen. You're gonna need some type of liquidity to drive up, right? But yeah, that's kind of the idea behind the sells on price here. But it's gonna be around these levels here, chat. Where's my line? Like, you could take a pineapple here to another position, but I preferably would want to wait for just 1830 to get tapped, because you're closer to like 1832 / 37ish, which was the higher time frame rejection levels we're looking at, right? So rather be closer and further away from that in case we do get pineapples. We can just stack more positions at like 37 later on. Why does my chart look like that? Cool. Yeah, I'll stay around here. Should be ideal. Should be able to tap 30-30 here. I don't see why not. I think that's the 4 break the highs and the 4 hour top wick. Yeah, break all the highs. Trying to see if it's 32 or 30. 31. We might get a pineapple, so maybe like 31 position, and the second position maybe at 33, and third position at 37. I think that's what I'm kind of looking forward to today. Let me just see how the 1 hour reacted here in the past, because oh yeah, nice. Yeah, 31 should be ideal. It's 30.90-ish areas, but yeah, that 31 basically level should be pretty ideal. Yeah, 31.5. Coming close to chat, so be prepared, okay? Might get a quick trade and call it a day. Comex open here in about a minute. It should spike up towards 1931.500 here, or maybe it might flip price. If it flips price, then it is what it is. You know, that's our move. I guess we didn't grab anything, but as long as it comes up towards it, it should be good. Comics open, and oh, there was a move then. All right, cool. Well, maybe it is. We'll see. Maybe it might re-break the highs here. If you re-break the highs, then I'll stick to 33. Because that's just a higher low in the 5, right? So you make a higher low in the 5, you should be able to break the highs and pass the current high, and that takes you up towards like 33 or 32.7. Because technically, if the 5-minute were to flip off that candle, it would have flipped right here off this push on the 5. It shouldn't re-break the highs. If it re-breaks the highs, it's going to drive past 31 levels. Let's see. Let's see if it has enough volume to flip here. This reminds me of Yes's shirt. Remember Yes's comment shirt chat? Same shit. Same exact thing on Yes's comments counter trade. But we cut the second trade. The first one we didn't catch because we didn't tap the level. Same shit today. And the second one we caught. I don't know if this is it though, because you didn't flip yet on this candle. Came close to flipping. Let's see, if you reverberate the lows here at 26, this candle should continue to flip on the 1 hour. But now it's kind of like, think of it as, you might not see it, but think of it as like there's support formed and there's a resistance formed here on price. This is the range you're in, kinda. So if you revert the lows, you're gonna continue to drive here, whereas you revert the highs, you continue to drive up to break 31 levels, and we'll get our entries. But if not, then you know, we'll watch prices drive down, I guess. Yeah, if I was to revert the lows here, 26.82. Yeah, there's a 1 hour flip, or sorry, 30-minute flip. Yeah, I can't really do much here. I need that level to get tapped. At least like 30.31, you know. Can't really do much. Even if price were to drop up, like we gotta wait for 33 now, I believe. 32.9. Which is right here at the next resistance, right? Right around here. This yellow line right here. Potential sells here. And the TP for this trade really is like, if we take a trade, it's gonna be like maybe, it's gonna be like a, it's maybe from here to like here. It's nothing crazy, you know? Maybe like 33 to 23, but that's about it. Nothing too spectacular. Even though it's just 100 pips. We're just hap 1830. Fair play, fair play. Fair play. I don't see what a 1 hour should not flip here. It's breaking the lows in the 5, right? So it should continue flip and drive here on the 1 hour candle. The 4 candle's gonna close doji probably. I don't know if it has enough time to close bullish or bearish. I try to call it a quick day and then call it, you know. But that would have been it for us. Honestly, that would have been it. That would have been the move for the day, and that was it. Oh, 14 pips, that was yesterday. Let me delete that. My bad, chat. That was yesterday. We didn't grab anything today. No, we didn't grab anything just yet. We're waiting on price here. Yeah, you had no news today at 8:30, so like comments should play a bigger impact today on price than usual. It should continue to move. Did a 1 hour flip here or no? It did not, right? Yeah, no, I did not. It came close. Did not flip. Interesting. Interesting. New 5-minute candle though. Ooh, maybe we might get a top wick entry. I doubt it though. This candle's already coming down here. If it kind of came out first, would have created a top wick for like 28 levels, and maybe might have had a room to tap 30, but I guess not. I guess the thing just came down. I watched that movie yesterday. What's it called? Dumb Money. Kind of cool. The GME movie. The GameStop. That's All-Star Gold Movement. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Trying to see the Nun. Oh, is it good? No car review, man. No car review just yet. I'm shooting that thing tomorrow, actually. My voice should be good. Should be pretty cool. Okay, 3rd minute close. If this third can just close bullish, that'd be great, man. Honestly, because if you close bullish, there's a higher chance you're gonna get 31 levels. Rather than if you close bearish. If you close bearish, that might just be it. But if you close bullish, there's a chance. Still a chance. You can get a trade before 9. Thanks for a follow on Twitter. Who did I follow? Who did I follow? You're not bearish. We see first 1805. Like, you see what I mean, bro? Like, bro, but guys, I'm looking to catch like maybe 5 to 10 pips in these ranges here for buys and sells. It won't affect your swings from like 1760 to 1905, like 1965. Like, yo, I'm looking to grab maybe like from here to here. That's about it, man. People be tripping out here. The moment I see the word buy or sell, it's kind of like you guys expect me to hold, you know, for months now, you know. Might even catch 1 pip today, honestly. 1 pip won't affect your analysis though, man. One pip will not do anything to you guys, trust me. How's it feel to be used? Feels good, man. Your scalp is gonna ruin my 1 month swing trade. Honestly, it's how it feels. And I just feel like a lot of traders are just like, whenever they have a position, I get it too, you know. Like whenever people have a position, it's kind of like, or they're in a swing and they're like very passionate. Like it's like they're very passionate about it, right? So they do anything to defend that trade. Like anyone can say anything to them, they'll be like, no, it has to go this way. Like they don't care, right? That's kind of what it is. But then they come. I don't know why they come to the streams then. And then they scream out their swing positions, and then, like, what's the point? Of course, there's people who are going to disagree with you. You know, there's like 4,000 people here watching. Someone's gonna say, you know, imagine how I feel though, right? Chat, like, bro, every day I get in the position. So I was that one person that says, "Hey Don, this is not a good position, man. Hey Don, I don't think this is gonna come down really, man. This might be one of those trades that just, you know, continues to rally. Like, oh," or someone else says, "Hey man, it looks like you're going against the bias, man. I don't know if that's gonna play out or not today." It's like people always have some stuff to say, right? But your job is to trust your own analysis, right? Your own analysis, man. You don't need validation from anybody else for your positions. Trust me, man. Even if let's say they were right and you were wrong in that situation, repeat the same trade again tomorrow, right? Not because of ego, but more because like you're supposed to build a sample size for all your trades, right? So you know your percentages of your winning trades and percentage of your losing trades, and you continue to take the winning trades no matter how many losses you take, because you already developed that percentage. Which this 3rd-minute count is closed bullish here, man. Bottom wick first. So there's hope here, Chad. There's hope. I would prefer we had no bottom wick first, but there's a possibility you can still get a top wick. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe you might get the 3rd-minute wick fill and then you break the highs towards 31, 32. Maybe you might not. The 1 hour count is flipping bearish though, and you only have 28 minutes left into this candle, so I'm assuming it'll flip bearish and continue to drive down towards 24 here. I guess we'll watch price 23.75. What do you look out for when you check the charts? What are your checklists? I don't really have a checklist or like to me like it's not like I don't have like a number of confluences I need before I get traded. You know, like I don't need like four sells first. I don't, or my bad, 4 rejections first or 4 confirmations. Like there's no like real number to it. Because we already did the numbers, which is part of the playbook. So we're looking for that exact same trade. It has to be exactly accurate to that idea. If something's off, I just won't take it. I'll never take like a lower probability trade. You know what I mean? Like all my trades are higher probability trades because it's all trades that align to my playbook, right? Right side of the screen? What do you mean? Right side of the screen? Time on the right side of the screen. What time? This is price. Opinion on FTMO? No thoughts on it right now. Yeah, 1 hour flip bearish there, man. There's that move. There's that move. I think it was like, I think almost like 48 pips. Yeah, it should continue to drop down here towards like 24.1. Should be coming down there pretty nicely. That's what I mean, no chat. Like the moment we saw that rejection, we're like, okay, yeah, it's gonna come down here, but we can't really do much, right? We didn't get the entry, so all we can really do is watch price drop down. Cool, it played out for analysis, right? But wasn't our trades or anything like that, right? Came close though. Came like maybe, like when I mean close, like I don't mean by pips. I look at overall levels. Like it was 15 pips away, but like we're not looking at like pips, right? We're looking at like more so of levels. Like the overall level we were looking at tap was into like this area right here to create a topic for this candle, right? And then this area right here next. So it never tapped those areas. Therefore, I couldn't really take any positions there. You know it's close, right? It wasn't close enough. Wasn't close enough. It happens all the time. There's so many days where I just see moves fly by. And I'm expecting it to drive down towards certain levels or drive towards certain levels in general, and I'm not really like taking any positions in those areas, right? You just gotta watch price. This could be a bottom wick first though.